So like Ming Lee is like what I am. It's like I got like 15, 16-year-old girls who look at me like, Barbie, I want to be like you. I want to do this. And so that's who she kind of was for me. Like I was just like, I woke up one morning just watching all her YouTube videos, and I came across a video where she was like, she started off with $500. Like she was about to go broke. She could either like buy like a couch or something for her apartment, or she could like go buy these bundles and like go flip them and stuff.
Yeah.
And like to see her like just take the risk. Like I think she moved from somewhere and moved to Atlanta with like $500 literally, and she like started buying bundles, selling them. She was up the street from her shop, and I just like saw like somebody's story right in front of my eyes, like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. She was posting throwbacks at that, so it's like you like literally seeing the proof of like this girl literally sitting in the apartment not having nothing, so now you a millionaire off of doing hair. And it's like at that point to me that was unheard of. Like who was really, do you know, that's really a millionaire doing hair? They might be celebrity stylists waiting like Cali somewhere, but you don't just see that. Like laces and stuff start coming in. At the time, I didn't know how to do that. Okay. So like my clientele was going down. I couldn't pay rent. I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. So I ended up moving back to Atlanta. And as she moved with 500, I moved with 400. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have nothing. 100 of it had to go to gas to get there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So now I got $300 and 2 kids. What am I finna do? You know what I'm saying? So it was like every time I would like have these hard moments and stuff, like I would just think like, if this girl did it, I can too. Like, you know?
Yeah. I've been doing a little bit of research on you.
Really?
Yeah. So I know a little bit about you. I know your name Kia, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Kia, you're not originally from Atlanta, you from Florida?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I ain't stalking nothing, but you got on your link tree, you got the Voyage ATL. Play me some pimping, man.
This the coldest podcast you'll ever hear. The way we coming with it, people witnessing greatness. Be a part of the journey. I would say it's perfect timing, but it's God's timing. We locked in a time capsule with this one. We got timeless topics. Guess what? I'm your mother's favorite host. Your little brother's OG. I go by the name of Armand Lindsay, but the neighborhood calls me Big P. I want to welcome y'all to Big Boss Talk Season 2, The Rebirth. Let's ride. And welcome to a Black Man Thing.
Yo, what's good, people, man? We back with another episode of Big Boss Talk, the podcast, man. Listen, we keep getting deeper and deeper into other people's network. I'm sitting down with somebody that I do not know at all, but just by looking at her page, looking at everything she got going on, I can tell she already just, certified boss in her own right, doing her own thing. Yeah, look, period. Her certified boss. Getting after the money, getting after the paper, but she came through a recommendation through somebody I ain't even sat down with yet. So it's crazy how it worked and just how everything just started to, kind of form into fruition, because my goal was to reach out to different people from different cities, different states, and, just by sitting in this one little room. So I done tapped into so many different cities and areas, and I can't wait to sit down with Kia here. So I got Kia. Kia, better known as Brown Barbie, age 25. She's a hairstylist / lace instructor. She's been doing this for 3 years now, which is crazy. Like I got some questions to ask just about the hair, like in general. Like I know I'm a guy, but I'm just excited. I'm ready to just get into it. But it wouldn't be Big Boss Talk if we didn't go into two truths and a lie. So Kia, I hope you ready. I hope you got some good statements for us, and we're gonna get right into it.
Already.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay. So I'm gonna get an easy one and some hard ones. My dream place to visit is Hawaii.
Okay.
My favorite color is pink.
Okay.
And you said 2 truths and a lie, so another truth.
Damn. You done told us, so we know the first, either in between the first 2, I got a 50-50 chance.
Okay, I want to have like 5 to 6 kids, maybe more.
Okay, 5 to 6 kids, maybe more. Can I ask how many kids you got now?
2.
Okay, cool. So you got 2 already. All right. So look, this is pretty easy. So you said your dream spot to visit, right?
Yeah.
It's Hawaii. Your favorite color is pink.
Yeah.
And then you want to have, you said up to 5 to 6.
5 to 6 kids or more.
Or more. Ooh. Okay, so you already got two. So you already got your little, nice little family. I believe, I don't know your situation or whatnot, if you married, dating, whatever, but if a man coming in, he might want to have more kids. So I'm assuming that you keeping yourself available as like, I can do the more kid thing. All right, so cool. So I'm gonna say that's the truth. That's the truth. You want to have up to 5 to 6 kids. Your favorite color is pink. Come on now. You got a pink shirt on. Pink backdrop. So I'm like, okay. So then the lie gotta be your dream spot to visit is Hawaii.
Yeah, it's not. I do want to go to Hawaii, but my dream spot to visit is Egypt. I always wanted to go there.
Egypt. What about Egypt make you want to just like that's your dream spot?
I don't know. I'm so like I love the pyramids. I'm a goddess myself. Like we black queens around here. So I just feel I like the architecture and stuff out there. Like I don't know. I always been infatuated with Egypt. I want to go.
Okay, that's what's up. I ain't never been to Egypt, Africa at all. Like I definitely want to visit Africa. I ain't even think about Egypt, but I mean I'm pretty sure the architecture out there is just amazing.
Yeah, like them pyramids. I want to see that in person so bad. Like I just know there's some whole different vibe out there.
I'm telling you, it's a whole different vibe, and it's just crazy to think that our people created that, made that.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it's only right. It's Black History Month. We done did a lot of things first.
I just feel like that's an experience for real.
Yeah, I like that. And then so you want to have 5 to 6 kids roughly.
Yeah.
Where they come from?
I always wanted the big family because like it was like always was me and my 2 brothers who was separate. I was the only girl. So I was like, I'm gonna have me a lot of kids. I'm gonna have a big family. It's always gonna be the party house. It's gonna be the family house. Yeah. So I probably got a couple more kids in me.
Okay, couple more. So you're gonna have a little Black Brady Bunch family going on.
Yeah, we eat everywhere we go. Like
yeah, I like that. I like it. So I wanna I'm gonna jump right into it. Really, I want to start from the beginning to now. And what I mean by start from the beginning, like, tell us where you from. Tell us as far as like, what did you actually want to be? You know what I'm saying? Growing up, like before you got into your career, your passion. Now, what did you really feel like? Man, I might go to school for this, or I might do this. What was that first thing where you was like, nah, I think I want to do this?
So I'm originally from Sarasota, Florida. It's small. It's like by Tampa. Okay. But I kind of like grew up in Atlanta because I moved so young. But I'm a Florida girl all day, baby. So that's what they excited. But so like growing up, I always was like I'm gonna be like a nurse or a doctor or something. When I go to college, I probably do hair on the side because I was always into hair. Like I was that little girl walking to the dollar store to get me some curling irons so I can come back and curl my little Barbie doll head. Yeah. But I never was like, I'm gonna get rich off doing hair. I'm doing hair. I just feel like I had to go to college and have a job and blah, 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 blah. Sure. But when I realized how many years of school you gotta do, that was dead for me. I was over that. Like, listen, by the time we got to senior year in high school, it was like, listen, y'all better come on because I don't know if I'm gonna make it. And it's like, I was smart as hell. Like, I had a scholarship at University of Alabama, all of that. But school was just not for me. Like, that's not my vibe. I'm too free, want to do me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I can't do the structure like that. Like,
that's crazy. So too.
Yeah, I was like, so my second passion, quote unquote, was what turned into be my real, true first passion. And I did like a little bit of work in the healthcare field, like resident aid and stuff like that. And it built some like foundation, like what is like ethical morals or whatever. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad I did it, but I'm so glad I went with just being an entrepreneur and doing hair and selling hair and all that.
Man, that is wild. That is wild. So, I mean, this is what I'm about. Like, this is what the podcast is about. So I want to bring people that people of color, and give people a different perspective on different walks of life and seeing people successful in different, realms and spaces in the world. Because like you said, you grew up saying, I want to be a nurse or a doctor, right? I think a lot of people, Black parents or parents in general put that on you as far as like, nah, you can be a doctor, you can be a lawyer. And it's like, yeah, I can be, right? But at some point you got to know yourself and be like, I know I'm not.
That was for me. Like when I say my family was disappointed, but it was like I knew in my heart that was not for me. Like I always got straight A's. I always, you know what I'm saying? I was smart, but that just wasn't my route. And then it's like people make you feel like you have to go to school, you have to just to like really make it in life, and that's just not true. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like really stuck on showing like that's not true. So it's like for a minute I felt like to me I looked like a failure. It was like I was so up my whole life, and then out of nowhere it's like I changed and was like no money, no nothing. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying, trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But I just knew I had to stick to the plan and stick to my heart. Like that's one advice I give everybody. Like follow what you want to do, even if it don't make sense to you or nobody else right now. Like it'll come together.
That's real. And so as far as like, you know, like you said, you felt, you know, you was up all your life. You know what I'm saying? Your parents looked at you like, oh, look at my daughter. She's smart. Yeah. She gonna go to college. And then you hit them with, I don't think this for me. And then somehow you just turned into the black sheep of the family. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
That's you see what I'm saying? Like black sheep of the family, and you just kind of, just because you chose a different path, right? Because they didn't understand your vision. They didn't understand that there's different ways out here to make money besides just going to school, right? Our generation of parents, they don't know what they don't know, so they can only assume as far as like they knowledge that they, you know, that they got is
right, and what they saw. Like they wasn't like my grandma is a hairstylist. She didn't become a millionaire off of doing hair. You know what I'm saying? Right. She always worked a steady job. She always was doing. She was a nurse. She did a lot of different stuff. So it's like to them, it's like, oh, you're not gonna have no benefits. You're not gonna have this. You're not gonna have that. But it's like in my eyes, I'm seeing people getting rich off of doing hair. They all over Instagram. They traveling. They with this person, that person. I'm like, nah, that's gonna be me. Yeah. Like for real.
Facts. And then I think social media, man. Thank God for social media, bro, because it changed the game. And I mean, like so many people just making money just. You know, either you got a service
so
product.
Different like ways out here to make money now.
It's crazy, so many ways. So then you talk about, you know, you want to be a nurse. Obviously, that wasn't a route for you, and you was just like so determined in saying like, yeah, you know, it's another alternative out here for me. You know, what was, you know, during that time? Let's just say, you know, as you trying to figure out how you gonna make, you know, ends meet, and I'm not sure. I think I read this right, but during that time, did you already have like your first kid at that time, or was that kind of after?
No, that was more after. Like, so basically I graduated, and that's when like the real struggle really kicked in, because now you're not going to school. You don't have nowhere to like really go for real. So every day is like I gotta make something happen. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Right. So like I worked a couple different little jobs and stuff, but it was never enough. You know, like when you're not going for a real career, you be having from job to job, and it don't never really get you nowhere. Right. So that's where a lot of the struggle came in. And then it was like me and my best friend together, excuse me, Leah. Like we was going through it together. Like she was gonna do the hair and everything too. So we thought we had it all planned out. But it was like we was going through life throughout it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was times me and this girl literally it's a true story. We sat at the bus stop and had to split a small fry from McDonald's. A small fry now.
It's already small.
Like we eating now laters and hot chips for dinner type shit. Like, man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was hard. But we both knew, like, we got a vision, like, it's gonna come true. Like, you know what I'm saying? No matter what it looked like, it's gonna happen.
Man, that's crazy. Like, and I mean, but it's paying off for you. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's stuff like that when you think about it. It's like, I mean, you gotta be one of those chosen ones. You gotta be one of those ones.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like, you gotta really believe in yourself, because if you don't, nobody else is gonna believe in you more than you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we would have just got stuck at wheat and fries, sharing fries and 6-piece meals and stuff, like, nobody was gonna push us. It was gonna be, I told you so. When you should have did this and you should have did that. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. So what was this switching point? Like, let's just say, because, you know, you talked about the, you know, the struggle as far as like, that's a crazy story. And just to see what you guys are at today is wild to me. Like, I didn't even know, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know it was like that. And then once you start telling people that, it's like they grow into liking you as the person, because they can, you know, some people, they can relate. It's a lot of people that's scared to say like, yeah, I was down and out. Like, I had to share a small fry too, my guy. Like, I had to, you know what I'm saying? I ain't had nothing to eat.
Especially like you used to being looked at a certain way. Like, it's not like we was two girls who was like nobodies and we never had nothing. Like, we known for dressing, being cute, going out, throwing parties. Like, and how y'all don't have no money? Like, you know what I'm saying? We in AP classes and stuff. How you don't have no money? So yeah, it's definitely like something where at first it took a long time for us to even share that. Like, we was off of social media and stuff for a long time, but everything changed. Like 2016, I moved back to Florida. Okay. And I was in the line at H&M, and like, well, no, I moved back to Florida, and I had like 2 ugly braids in my head. I'm like, I gotta do something to my hair. I gotta do something to my hair. So like, my cousin let me borrow some bundles, and I just like sewed them in or whatever. And I was like, I'm just gonna be doing my own hair. So I'm in the line at H&M one day, and the lady behind me like, who did your hair? And I'm like, me? And she's like, oh, you do hair? I'm like, yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I do. Like, if you interested, it's good enough for you to say it, then yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And it was so crazy because she was from Jamaica. She was about to go back to Jamaica and have a wedding. She was a lawyer, and it was like, that was my first client.
She about to have a wedding?
Yes, and she trusted me to do her hair. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't have no pictures, no Instagram, no nothing. You just saw my hair in person and liked it that much. So she she set an appointment. I came to her house. She said, if you in Florida, you know what Siesta Key is. It's like real nice houses, beachfront houses and stuff like there. So she had me come out there. I did her hair for her wedding. And that was my first client. And it just went on from there. Like, I kept doing my own hair. I kept posting. I was trying to work on my cousins. Yeah. I worked in a little bit of everybody's house, shop, wherever. Like, I was just like, I'm finna get to some money. Like, now I got a little taste and a little touch. I got my confidence now. Like,
so what was it? How much you charged her? So that was your first... It's always, when you see that first bit of paper, you be like, oh, nah, this might could catch. So, like, how much you charge?
Listen, I didn't even charge her that much because I didn't really have no price. And I was like, I had a little bit of confidence, but it was like, you still my first client, you know? So I only charged her like $100, but she paid me like $200. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, when I see, okay, you tipping like this, and I'm out in these nice houses, like, I want more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need this lifestyle to keep going. Yeah. So I just like kept going forward. And like, I was kind of like, even though I was from Sarasota, I didn't really grow up there as much because I moved to Atlanta. So like everybody was like interested because like now I'm looking like the new girl, the it girl in town. Like, oh, I want her to do my hair. So it was like the people was just trying me out, letting me do their hair. I was posting on Facebook, posting on the marketplace, all that. So that's how I just kept going. And then I had this lady, Cherie, she let me work in her shop free, no booth rent, no nothing. Wow. And that was like a blessing, you know what I'm saying? Because where you gonna find that at? Like, I went from being in the house to being in the shop, so now I'm attracting all these people, and it just like kind of like, you know, went up from there.
Man, like, you can't plan it out. You can't tell that. You know what I'm saying? You could tell it's just one of those stories where it's just like it was meant to be. Cause like
it was meant to be, exactly.
Like somebody just pull up on you and be like, I like your hair. Come do my hair. And it's before your wedding. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like,
for your wedding, like you would think that you got somebody set already. Yeah. Like it was literally like, no, you were supposed to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, exactly. And then for me to be in line at H&M, I'm just minding my business, trying to find me a little outfit to go out. Like, it wasn't even. I wasn't promoting anything, so it was like it really was meant to be.
Exactly, and I know like women plan this out ahead of time because my wife, she planned hers out like 3-4 months in advance. I'm just like, dang, it ain't till, you know what I'm saying, July, but she was just like, no, because these girls get booked and busy. Exactly. And it's like, it's hard to get a time in, especially that fits your schedule. So I was like, okay, I get it, I understand. And so, you know, just, it's crazy to see that, you know, that first taste of, you know, money and just be like, oh, nah, you tipping 100, I can definitely.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute, I need more. Like,
yeah, I need more. Yeah, you just don't know what I'm about to do. I'm about to turn up on you. So that's what's up. So tell me, I'm gonna drop this name out for you, right? I'm gonna say this name, and I want you to tell me. And I don't know if you tell me. A girl by the name of Ming Lee.
Yeah.
So tell me, like, and I know that's a YouTube name. I don't know if you know it personally, but just tell me how pivotal that person, you know, is for you as far as like contributing to your story. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so many people, like when you hear, like I've been watching this Kanye documentary, and it's so inspiring just to see how many people doubted him, how many people didn't believe in him, didn't really see his vision. And then we all know Kanye is he a black billionaire up there with Jay-Z. And when he was at the bottom of the barrel at Rockefeller. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So just like how what does that name mean to you? And then you can kind of tell me the story behind, you know, that name.
So like Ming Lee is like what I am. It's like I got like 15, 16-year-old girls who look at me like, Barbie, I want to be like you. I want to do this. And so that's who she kind of was for me. Like I was just like, I woke up one morning just watching all her YouTube videos, and I came across a video where she was like, she started off with $500. Like she was about to go broke. She could either like buy like a couch or something for her apartment, or she could like go buy these bundles and like go flip them and stuff. Yeah. And like to see her like just take the risk. Like I think she moved from somewhere and moved to Atlanta with like $500 literally, and she like started buying bundles, selling them. She was up the street from her shop, and I just like saw like somebody's story right in front of my eyes, like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. She was posting throwbacks at that, so it's like you like literally seeing the proof of like this girl literally staying in an empty apartment, not having nothing. So now you a millionaire off of doing hair. And it's like at that point to me that was unheard of. Like who was really do you know that's really a millionaire doing hair? They might be celebrity stylists waiting like Cali somewhere, but you don't just see that like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was like to really just see that in person. It was like, dang, like, you know what I'm saying? That could be me.
Yeah.
So she was like a big inspiration for me. Like, not as far as doing hair, but as far as like, this could happen for you. Like, don't give up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it was her story more so than anything that inspired me.
Yeah, because I mean,
and mine was like kind of similar, because like even with me having like, I started having clientele in Florida, but then like laces and stuff started coming in. At the time, I didn't know how to do that. Okay. So like my clientele was going down. I couldn't pay rent. I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. So I ended up moving back to Atlanta. And as she moved with 500, I moved with 400. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about I didn't have nothing. 100 of it had to go to gas to get there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So now I got $300 and 2 kids. What am I finna do? You know what I'm saying? So it was like every time I would like have these hard moments and stuff, like I would just think like, if this girl did it, I can too. Like, you know?
Yeah. And that's a true statement. Like if she can do it, you can do it. And you know, that's crazy to hear, bro. Like just for somebody to pick up and leave 2 kids with $400 to their name. Like I moved from so I'm originally from South Carolina, and then I left South Carolina, came to Texas. So I was in Austin first, and now I'm in Houston. But I know how much it costs to, you know what I'm saying? Like obviously the distances are not similar, but I just know how much it costs to pick up and move. And so just to think about, you know, somebody with 2 kids really don't have that much, and to pick up, move, have $300 and still be able to start, your hair business and just your lace thing. It's crazy to me. So tell me, how did you get into, because you talked about your clientele going down because you didn't know how to do laces. How did you learn how to do lace fronts and all that good stuff?
I was working in a shop with this other dude, and he was doing them. And at the time, like, of course, everybody worked to get better over time. So it was like, at the time, he wasn't the best, but he was like kind of like the best in the city at the time. So It's like she showed me a free class like in the shop one day, and I just was like, I kept practicing and doing stuff over and over and over again. So then I was like doing like free installs, $50 Fridays. Like I just was like making stuff up just to bring people in, like, you know what I'm saying? So I did them $50 Fridays for a minute, and it's like, people, and I was real upfront with people too. Like I would tell them like, okay, this is my first time doing this. This is my first time doing that. But I'm confident. Like you see my hair, I'm not gonna have you out here looking a mess. Like I was just real like upfront with people. Like I just want to practice though. They would let me, and then I was working on like my cousins, girls in the shop. Like I was just finding models and stuff for me to work on. And at the time, I just got better and better. And I was watching a lot of YouTube videos. And it's like, I'm a type of person where it's like, I do need to be in person, but I really can learn a lot from a video too, because I already had like my own prior knowledge, Yeah. This was like just a different specialty or something I had to pick up.
For sure. YouTube University, I'm telling you. But,
listen, I'm a big advocate. I don't care what nobody says. You can learn a lot off of YouTube. It's up to you after that. Like,
it's
real.
Up to you. Like the information is out there, so you can't really.
It's so many people that was giving out, like people that charge $1,000 classes, giving out at least $500-$600 worth of information, and it's like I was taking that stuff and making my own techniques and seeing like what I like to do better. But it was like just to have an idea of how to do it, what to do, what you use, and what products you like. You know what I'm saying? That help a lot when you just trying to learn.
Man,
so I just took everything in my own hands and just found me a way, really. Like, I just wasn't giving up. I was not trying to work another job. I was into wearing laces myself. So, I had to just make sure I got it.
Man, that's crazy, man. Listen, Kia just dropped so many gems on y'all. Listen, one thing I hope y'all picked up, if you listening, she never stopped working at her craft. Once she figured out what she wanted to do and what she was good at, she did it hat on anybody, your mama, your auntie, your little cousin.
I'm telling you,
anybody.
Even herself, like when I couldn't find nobody, I'm talking about my cousins will tell you every Friday I'm taking my hair out. I'm finna do me a new sew-in. I'm finna do me like I do not care. I'm finna get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like one thing about like doing like hair, makeup, anything like that, if you don't have a client, you can always be your own model. So as long as I'm posting all these updated pictures and colors and all these different styles on myself, people gonna be interested. You know what I'm saying? I just made social media work for me.
Yeah. Man, talk to me, because you mentioned something, and I don't know if everybody caught it, but I kind of caught it. Maybe I misunderstood, but you said 3 class. Is that like did I hear that right? Like a certain type of sew-in? You said he was doing some type of sew-in in the shop, and maybe I heard it wrong, but let's just go. I'm gonna get away from that. What's the technique of a good sew-in? Like, I want to get into the technical part. Like, I want you to talk to these girls that really look at you, they look at other people, and they say, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? I can do hair. But what makes you so good? You know what I'm saying? Like, other than you practicing, but like, what makes Brown Barbie Kia like, oh no, I gotta come see her in Atlanta. When I touch down, I'm coming to see her. If I come to Atlanta, I'm gonna be like, look, baby, you gonna get your hair done? Like, I know somebody. You know what I'm saying? So like, what's the technical piece? Like, what makes you so good at what you do?
So like, before, outside of just the working part about it, like, I'm a real, like, I do everybody's hair the way I would want my hair done. So if I'm doing your hair, I'm gonna do it how I would like it. Like, I'm gonna ask you how you like it, but I'm so picky about my hair that I'm so precise. I'm gonna make sure every piece is there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then, like, to me, like, a perfect install is like a nice flat braid down. You don't be rushing these people's hair. Ain't no humps and no lumps.
Okay. Okay.
The melting part, like, you have to really make sure you matching their skin tone, because if you too light, clearly you too light. You dark, you know what I'm saying? So you like, you have to get into your little artsy makeup part of about it. Like, make sure you matching their skin tone.
Okay.
And then it's just like, I really feel like you just gotta like trust yourself and be creative. Like, this is not a job where it's like right by the book. It's no true like steps to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really have to just tap into your inner creative side, because what I noticed was like a lot of us are doing the same thing, but it's like, I'm not arrogant Tay, not me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, once you really just get confidence in yourself and you know the basics of it, which is, like I said, a basic foundation, making sure your lace is like laid and melted, skin tones match. Like, once you know the basics, you just got to tap into just being creative. Like, I do my best installs when my clients just let me freestyle.
Okay. Let you be creative. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do your best work when you come more creative. And I look through the page and I see, like, I don't know, do you have, like, would you say you have a certain niche when you do people's laces? Like, can people tell, like, oh no, you got your lace done by such and such? Or is it just like, you know what's creative, you know what you did to their head, and you know your work, but people don't.
I feel like it's a little bit of both. Like, I feel like if I was out and I was to see one of my clients, I'm like, oh, I did her. I know me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I did. But if you don't know me, it's like, it's easy for all these laces and stuff to look alike, because it's not like it's separate. Like, it come looking alike. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really just say like, oh, this person did this person, like, because I mean, one thing I do like to do is like how I got my hair now is like ponytails and stuff, curls and stuff like that. I don't really like just like flat hair.
Got you.
But yeah.
Okay, I like that. I'm trying to understand. Like, it's some kids out here. I'm telling you, like, my little cousins, they want to do hair so bad, and I just be like, look, I don't know, I can't help you. I ain't really good at it. What's a no? Like, what is you cannot have a girl, and I know a little bit as far as like the front, like you can't have like this right here. You know what I'm saying?
Don't be having the lace way down here now.
Okay.
If your hairline is back here, don't have nobody hairline way down here. You need to do your job as a stylist and pluck that lace. But also, what I do is also I make sure I work with quality laces too. Like, when I first started working, I kind of did like deal with whatever, because I just need the money.
Right.
But as I started getting up, like, and my clientele started building, I started just telling people, because people also, if you don't tell them, they might not know. So they might not know they coming with a bad lace. Right. So like, I would inform my clients, like, make sure you buying a lace that match your skin tone. Make sure it's not too thick at the front. You just giving Barbie doll. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You want to make sure it's like a hairline. Okay. So that is like very big. Like, make sure you are plucking. Make sure you are matching people's hairline and their skin tone, because that's three things that like, that'll mess the whole install up. Even if you pluck the hairline to death, and you put it way down here, why I shouldn't be able to see your part from your forehead? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so that's a big no-no. And then like, a lot of people are scared of that. And also just knowing how to like control your glue. Like, the way that I do my installs, I make sure I put the glue on your skin, so when you rub it off, it's gonna just naturally come off. If you putting the glue right on somebody's hair, now it's kind of like stuck in their hair. A lot of these girls don't take their time taking their hair out. So now they just pulling their edges out. And now you got this misconception of, oh, frontals take your edges out, wigs take your edges out, when really it either was applied wrong or taken off wrong, or both.
Okay, that's a big thing, because I be like saying the same thing. I be like, man, y'all need to leave these wigs alone. Y'all ain't got no edges.
And then like, you got to think, like, if you used to seeing your wife all day with a lace on, and then she take it off, and her hairline way back here. Now you looking like, what the hell going? Like, what's going on? Like, now she looking all weird because this girl done put her hairline way up here. You not used to that. So when she take it off, and now like she done lost hair, or like her hairline receding, when really that ain't even the case. It just wasn't even applied to her hairline, like customized to her hairline anyway.
Man, listen, that I'm just trying to get the no. Listen, I love when my wife she'll come home, or we come in from like a date, and she'll pull the wig off, and I'm just like, man, that's blackness at its finest.
You know so I used to like them little glueless wigs, but I don't do them no more because I like to wake up with my hair done. Yeah. But I used to be like that. My baby used to be like, oh, you walk around with your little meat meal braids now. I come home and I snatch it right out. I told my listening, if I get too hot, because Florida gets hot, I'll be at the red light and snatch my wig off and put it right back on before I go in the stove.
Man, I believe it.
It's made right. You can do that.
Yeah, I believe it. Okay, I appreciate you going into that. And then kind of some of the last things I do want to talk about is, I can tell, you mentioned already, like I already know you're smart. You know what I'm saying? Like what you've been able to accomplish, what you've been able to do. Not only do you have the, the hustle, you can see the hustle, you can see the grind, you can see the bossness, you can see, the brown Barbie in it. But your marketing is one of the things that I really looked at too, as far as like how you was able to create this type of community, as far as like the brown Barbie. Like, where did you, when you stepped into this game, did you have like a idea of how you wanted to market yourself, or were you just copying what you saw others do, as far as like with the post and all that good stuff?
So like I always kind of like want to do my own thing. Like even with this backdrop here, like if you like to look on a lot of girls' page, they got like the little flower wall or the green wall and stuff like that. And it's like, if you see this, Brown Barbie did her hair. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, I always try to find ways to stick out. Like, you know what I'm saying? And Brown Barbie wasn't always my name. Like, I had Gypsy Girl hair, or like, I had a couple different names. But I started being like, I want something that's like timeless and classy. You know what I'm saying? And I like wrote down these lists of words that describe me and like the lifestyle that I want to live, and like the type of clientele I wanted. And I'm like, I'm a brown Barbie. I'm a Barbie doll. Like, I like the glitz and the glam. And like, that's the type of girls I want, who are always into their hair, they makeup, they want to dress up and take pictures and stuff. So it's like, I started trying to just promote to that type of clientele. And I know how they talk. I know the type of music they listen to, the type of stuff, the styles they want to see. And I just started like promoting to their audience.
Man, I mean, that's crazy. I mean, that's nice. The thought process in that, and just how the science behind it all. Not only do,
and also like I also wanted to, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good.
But like I felt like I was always so into like Barbie dolls and stuff like that. But you don't see like black Barbie dolls and stuff. You see them more now, but like back then you didn't. Like even with my little girls, I try to make them like, oh, go get the black one. You know what I'm saying? Like don't do that. And so I felt like I want black girls and black little girls, especially growing, like I want you to feel like you don't have to just be light skinned or white or anything to feel pretty. You know what I'm saying? You can be a brown, beautiful black you and still be a Barbie doll and still feel like, you know what I'm saying? You beautiful everywhere you go.
Yeah. I mean, you touch.
So that was like a big thing for me. I wanted like representation for like the black women. I feel like sometimes it was a little slept on.
Oh yeah, we slept on for sure. But then they always take our creativeness and what we do, you know what I'm saying, and try to flip it like it's theirs. But we know where you get it from. And if you're gonna steal from us, you might as well just go ahead and put us in the lights.
Copy the right cat.
Exactly. But now I really enjoy the marketing and looking at your page. It seems like your customers have really fell in love with the the Barbie thing, like Barbie. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's cool to see that. Like a lot of people can't say they have that type of community. Some people will go to a hairstylist and just go and get their hair done. It seems like you create a connection. You probably know a little bit about every person that maybe you sit down with. Obviously, you get new clientele that come in, but just by sitting there, y'all get y'all's hair done for a long time. So you gotta be able to interact, have some type of conversation.
I'm like a real easygoing person, so I'm easy to talk to. I'm not judgmental. Like the same way I just tell you, like, oh, I ain't had no man. Like I be done told my clients, like, girl, don't be embarrassed. You can't buy this frontal. It was a time where I was doing frontals and doing all this, and I couldn't even have no weave myself. I'm selling here and I can't even afford it myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm real relatable with my clients. Like sometimes they get on my nerves, texting me and calling me because they feel like we just so close, like we friends. But I like that. I would rather it be that than you feel like, oh, she too standoffish. She just want my money. Like I do like building relationship with my clients, and they know that, and they feel that in my posts and in the comments and stuff. Like, they know.
Yeah, and that's important. That's important for any business, I think just anything in general. Like, I think it's so important now to have a form of community, make people feel special, because the market is very, I ain't gonna say, I would say it's saturated. I don't know if you feel the same way, but it's a lot of, it's a lot of people that do hair. It's a lot of, people that do podcasts. It's a lot of people that do just everything. But what makes people stand out is just like, how do you separate yourself from everybody else? What are you gonna add to the, what's your, your taste? What's your, what's your thing that's gonna make you different? And so I like how you do that, and I could definitely tell just by going through the page and just seeing all the girls that they feel fabulous when they walk out. And I want to commend you. You do a great job, and you play a vital role in just Black culture itself. Like, hair is
everybody need a hairstylist, from the rappers to the lawyers, the realtors. Everybody need their hair done. It don't matter. Like, we are here for everybody.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see. What I'm saying, I don't know if you hit the first meal yet, but keep going until you hit a meal and more, and just keep going up. And then one of my last questions I do want to ask is, what all do you offer? Because I looked on your website and you teach people how to do lace fronts and things of that nature. Like, how do you teach people how to do lace fronts? Where can they go and maybe get is it a course? I think I saw like an ebook or something like that. How are you marketing that side of the business?
So, like, I'm doing better with like my ebooks and stuff, but usually what I do is, like, every Sunday, the last Sunday of each month, I host a group class. And that's for the girls who can't afford like a one-on-one, or they kind of like know what they doing, but they be like a little bit like, oh, I like she use this product. They need like little tips and tricks and stuff. Sure. So I host like group classes, and then I also host one-on-ones, and all of that stuff can be booked on my website, BrownBarbieCollection.com. Yep. And like, I post flyers all the time. Like, when I'm about to have a class, I'll send them out to people. Okay. So that's how I market my classes. And then I also offer like wigs, bundles, frontals, clothes, like everything that you need to get it installed.
Okay, dope. If you can just send me, I know I got your IG. If you can send me all that information, I'm gonna tag it in the the description, and I'll put it on the video as well. So I like to, anybody that comes on, if they got social media or whatever, let them plug in, because I just like to help people out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all help me out.
I'm gonna be telling girls, because I got a lot of girls that you can interview. Like, I run through a lot of girls, so it's like, we can recycle, like,
let's recycle. Just do positive things, man. And I think that's what it's all about. And I just love the collaboration.
What I was looking for, like, this collaboration and plugging each other in type, like.
Yeah, and that's how you continue to grow. Last thing is, what do you see yourself, in, let's say, 4 to 5 years? Like, I want to give me the dream rundown, like, where you living, how many kids you got by then, what you driving, what kind of house you in.
Okay, let me welcome you to the life of a Barbie.
Yeah.
So, in like 4 or 5 years, I want to be living in Miami, beachfront house. I want a house still in like Atlanta and maybe like LA too. I kind of want to be all around. I want my kids to be homeschooled, because I'm not like a settling type of girl. Like, I like to be out and about. I want to really move with the weather. If it get cold in Atlanta, I'm back in Florida. I feel like it's too hot in Florida, I'm going to LA. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you trying to be bi-coastal.
Yeah, so it's like, I kind of do want to be out and about and just travel. And then, like, I want 2 shops up here, like a shop for adults, and then like a brown baby shop is what I'm going to call it, for the little girls, because I have 2 little girls, so that'll just be their business, and like what's going to fund them, like, from now on. And what else? I'm driving probably, I don't know.
Yeah. What we driving?
I want me a brown G-Wagon with pink interior.
With the pink interior?
Yes.
Oh,
I want me a wagon. I want me a Lamborghini. I always wanted me a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And that I don't know, because there's so much that'll like change throughout the time. Ain't no telling what I'm going to have. But I do for sure know I want to have multiple shops. I want to have storefronts. Like, I mean, outside of hair, I'm into fashion too. Like, I really, really love clothes and designing and stuff. So I want to like have a clothing line, swimsuit lines. Like, I just want to be able to open up more of my businesses. Because one thing I did say when I started doing hair was like, I'm not going to be the stylist that's behind the chair for 30, 40, 50 years. Like, I want to be able to run up my couple M's and flip them and run up some more. Like, I want to even get into real estate investing. Like, I want to get into a lot because there's so much ways to make money out here. So ain't no telling. Y'all gonna have to follow me and stay tuned to see how this lifestyle go. Like,
yes, sir. Okay, I like it. I mean, that's awesome. Like, I mean, I just got inspired just by, you know, like I think when you hear people's dreams and you feel like, you know what I'm saying, it might be some people that watch this and be like, nah, you know, she dreaming too big, but there's no such thing, you know what I'm saying? No such thing as dreaming too big, and I think dreams help you expand your mind, help you see, you know what I'm saying, it make you go after things that you probably wouldn't go after. And so I'm pretty sure, you know, you probably had times where, you know, you felt like, well, should I do this? Or, you know, I don't think I should really invest in something like this, but you thought about your dream and you was like, nah, I gotta invest in this and it's gonna repay me, you know, 10 times, you know, 20 times in the back end with, you know, with dividends. And I think the way you just felt right now, expressing your dreams and your vision, I want you to remember that, and I want you to just keep thinking about that and hone in on that energy every time you go through something that's like crazy, like, you know what I'm saying, like they could put you out the game, you know what I'm saying, but just think about what you just said. We want to see you, and we're gonna run it back now. It's on YouTube, and we're gonna run it back and listen.
It's like you gonna be like a top podcast. You have to run it back and be like, okay, this was then and this is now. Like, look at where they at. Like,
exactly. So I just want you to think about that, and I just, you know, hope you can, you know, hone in on that energy that you just felt and that excitement, and you keep doing it, not only for yourself, but I know you're gonna always do it for your kids and your family around you. But Kia, man, it's been a pleasure to chop it up with you. I know it wasn't like, I just felt like it was a good conversation, close to an hour.
Natural, like I really did like the naturalness of it. I ain't feel like I had to prepare too much. Like I did read over some stuff, but it was real natural. I feel like I could be myself on here, so I loved it.
Yeah, for sure. And then one thing we do is we always take a recommendation. So 1 or 2 recommendations, and I need to tell me, you know, people that you think is dope, people that you think can fit the mold of the podcast, people that you think like, nah, they got a story, you know what I'm saying? It don't always have to be like that heartfelt story, even though people love to, you know, hear a good rags to riches type story, but it don't always got to be like that, because that's not everybody's story. But just somebody you maybe you look up to, and I want you to recommend them and let me know who that is right now. And then after you tell me, I want you to just, if you can send me maybe their Instagram, their phone number, however they like to communicate, and you just message them and say, hey, listen, I just got off this podcast with this dude named Armand. It's dope. You need to check it out. But I recommended you. He gonna reach out to you. If it's a yes, it's a yes. If it's no, it's no. It's no hard feelings, but it never helps. So who you got for me?
Okay, so the first one is my queen, the one who birthed me, my mom.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like a big boss entrepreneur. That's where I got it from.
Yeah.
So that's my number one. Okay. I'm gonna let her tell her story and what she offered and stuff. But second, it's kind of lame because you already got my best friend. That's usually my go-to. Them two.
Yeah.
I gotta think about the second one. I gotta think about my clients and stuff who offer what.
Okay.
But I'll definitely like let you know. Like I'll think of it.
Yeah, send me 2. I'll take Mom Dukes. Give me another one. I'll take them both, and then I'll just reach out to them and see if you can know if we can get on the schedule for the later half of the year, and see what we can do, man. But I appreciate you so much. Thank you. You have a good night. If you ever
make sure y'all shop BrownBarbieSlays.com. Follow me on Instagram, BrownBarbieSlays, and Brown Barbie Clothes. Thank you, Armand. Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, we out. See you.
Thank you.
They say, Peanut, you so cold. I want to thank you, all the bosses listening to Big Boss Talk. The people listening and watching, we love you over here. We're going to leave the same way we came in. Coming with the coldest podcast you'll ever hear.